honey, yes. Honey, this is your girl, Ep2&3 Sunshine, and I'm coming to you live from my living room. And guess what we are going to be discussing tonight? That's right, Insecure Part 2 and Part 3. Come on, Insecure. I got my tea. You know, thought I'd be a little on point with the tea and whiskey. Yo, we got a little green tea with a little bit of whiskey. I'm not gonna say the whiskey because you know I'm not being paid to say what the whiskey is. Okay, let's get started. So Insecure episode 2. Of course you have Issa. You know, I'm just loving the show. I really am. So let's get to Issa and Lawrence, okay? So Issa and Lawrence made this passionate love-making scene. And then, of course, I told you in the first commentary, I'm gonna post the link below, I gotta go. After he smashed and left, okay? So Issa and BFF, I need to find out who BFF's name is. I'm calling her BFF. They have a conversation about what went down. And basically, Issa is like, I haven't heard from him. And then what I did hear from him was just a little 1 or 2, you know, word text or whatever. And so basically, you know, they basically talk about it and Issa's concerned. And so basically, Issa's BFF decides to meet up with, you know, strategically meet up with Lawrence to find out where his head is at because, you know, so they set that up for trying to, you know, basically be in Lawrence's vicinity so that they can set it up to see where his mind is because he's not communicating to Issa. And now keep in mind, on the flip side, we see Lawrence's side, and Lawrence wants to communicate with her as well. May I first say, before I go any further, I want to say this. Insecure's soundtrack, y'all, is banging. It is life. It is so much life. It's a lot of cursing and all that, but it reminds me of old school 90s hip hop. It really does. And I grew up listening to, you know, old school 90s hip hop, you know, NWA and you know, Snoop Dogg and Dre, and I listen because I mean it's California, so I'm really feeling the California swag with the music. But I just wanted to just throw that in there. So anyway, so you see Lawrence's side, and basically Lawrence comes out to U-Part. U-Part has a name. U-Part is the chick that, you know, Lawrence is messing with. U-Part's name is Tasha. She's not U-Part anymore, she's Tasha. Yeah, I'm Team Issa. I'm gonna throw a little shade with U-Part. I mean, Tasha. Anyway, so Lawrence tells Tasha, which is U-Part, I call her U-Part, that he slept with Issa. And of course she was upset, and so because she's pretty much invited him to a family barbecue, which by the way I think is too soon to be asking a guy you're dating to meet family. When you invite somebody you're dating to meet family, y'all need to be official. You can't just be smashing and then invite them over to see family and stuff. I have a problem with that. I really do, because when you meet family, that's kind of like saying, you know, hey, we're an item. Now this is something stable. I don't know, but a lot of people don't think on that capacity. Some people actually date and bring everybody dating to family. I mean, I've seen situations where some people date multiple people and they bring them around family, and family is like, oh, okay. And family will never say, you know what, he's seeing somebody else. You're the 5th chick that's come by this week. You know, family is like, okay, that's who he's seeing right now. Okay. Oh, another one. They all talk amongst themselves, but you know, anyway. But when you bring someone around your family, that's a big deal. I don't know, I'm from the South. That's a big deal. You don't just bring anybody around family. You just don't. But in this case, you know, she's really feeling him, and she's really thinking that they're going somewhere because, of course, she forgave him. I want to say that she forgave him for sleeping with his ex, and so she still invited him to the family barbecue. And Lawrence was like, okay, I'll go. Lawrence don't want to be involved, but he likes to smash. Okay, let's just say that. Let me get some tea on that. This is for all the men who like to smash. Anyway, Lawrence goes to the barbecue with Tasha. But before we even go there, I'm kind of putting episode 2 and 3 together. So they go to an art show that they all the girls go to an art show to support a friend or whatever, and basically the subject comes up about Issa and Lawrence, and so everyone's like, oh, Issa, we gonna do this and we gonna do that, and so Issa's like, well, you know, I'm trying to chill right now, and they're like, why, what's wrong? It's like, well, you know, Lawrence and I talked, and BFF like, oh, y'all talked? I know y'all talk. You know how BFFs are. Like, bitch, that's not what that's not what we talked about. Y'all smashed. Your body parts talk, but y'all didn't talk, you know. But anyway, so she's like, oh, we talked, and we're gonna, you know, see if we work things out. And I really don't want to get too heavily involved and do other stuff. And me and Lawrence gonna try to work things out. And so there's always that one friend. I mean, she's cool, but it's always that one friend that know all the juice and all the gossip, and I know all the tea and tells it at the wrong damn time. This particular friend said, oh, so he ain't seeing that girl no more? And so it was like, what girl? What are you talking about? And so, of course, everybody knew, but Issa, is her name Issa? Issa, I don't know. Everybody knew but her. And so she's like, what girl? They're like, oh, you talking about Tasha? So basically, they give her Instagram page and they show her. So now, after this party, Issa is like devastated. Now, all of a sudden, Issa is stalking this girl's page. She'll put her phone down, pick it back up throughout the show. And so finally, Issa decides to take it among herself to go find out more about this chick. And as she's continuing to learn about her and looking at pictures and stuff, I mean, because, you know, Tasha's cute. I told you she got a real cute U-part. I call her U-part before I really found out what her name was. Anyway, she stalks her page and she finds out that Tasha is basically works at Lawrence's bank, which is right next door to his old job, Best Buy. So she was like, what? This is where, you know, she met him. He met her. So Issa goes to the girl's job, y'all. She goes to Tasha's job. Now, and so she drives up, parks, goes inside. Just kidding. In her mind, this is what's happening in her mind. She goes inside, gets in line, and then Tasha says, next in line, how may I help you? And Issa says, I want to make a deposit. I want to make a deposit in your face, bitch, and punches her in the face. And she falls out. Of course, that happens in Issa's mind, but I love how Insecure does that. Have you thinking something happened and it didn't happen? But yeah, that didn't happen. But Issa kind of caught herself, and then she realized what she was doing because Tasha came outside with some friends. I guess they were going to lunch or whatever. So she had to kind of duck down and hide because she was like, dang, I'm over here at this chick's job. But, you know, Issa really wants her man back. And, you know, I know how breakups go. When you with somebody for a long period of time, with her and Lawrence, it was 5 years. So when you with somebody for a long time, it's kind of hard to let go. You know, but Lawrence is like, doing the thizzle. He's smashing Issa. He's smashing Tasha. And, you know, he doesn't really know what he wants to do. He's kind of hurt. So anyway, let's move forward. So we're in episode 3. Issa finally gets the D. Not Lawrence's D, but her neighbor's D. Neighbor had a little swag. I don't know what neighbor's name was, but neighbor was playing his music really loud and Issa was feeling him at the pool. And so she decides to pretend like he left his charger at her house. So she takes the charger downstairs and goes, did you leave this charger? And he was like, yeah, I think I did. Come in. You want to come in? Yeah. So she comes in and they start talking and rapping. And then, you know, next thing you know, they start doing a little thing. They started, you know, flirting a little bit, kissing. They smash. Issa finally get her some D. At first it was uncomfortable because she really couldn't do it at the beginning. But she finally found, you know, she basically became the predator. So she pounced on what she wanted and she got it and she left. Because she was having issues trying to thinking about sleeping with somebody else because she still loves Lawrence. Lawrence is like, that's the funny thing about men versus women. It's like Lawrence is kind of using the sex to get over her with other people, whereas she's just trying to, neither one of them know how to be by themselves because they've been with each other for so long. Moving forward, Lawrence's girl invites him to, she's not his girl. It's just some rebound that he's, you know, dealing with. He likes her and the sex is good and it's comfortable, it's convenient. And it's not Issa. And she invites him for a barbecue at her family's house and he accepts. So he gets there I think he was responsible for bringing chairs or helping out with some Cheetos or whatever. But his co-workers invited him out for like a get together with the co-workers. Like, you should come out. Are you single? And he was like, yeah, whatever. Well, you should come out and hang out with us. So he's like, well, I got an engagement. Like, well, you have a girlfriend? And he was like, well, no, but I'm dating. So he goes to the barbecue, and then he gets there, and it's more than what he can handle. Basically, the family knows who he is. He's bringing in chairs. They're treating him like family, like, hey, help me with these speakers. They gave him a nickname, and he's with, like, it was like family, and he's not ready for that. He's still dealing with the whole breakup. He just slept with his ex-girlfriend like a couple of weeks ago, and and it's just, to me, it's just too soon. He should have told her from the jump, no, I don't want to go to the barbecue. And long story short, he gets a text message from one of his coworkers, hey, you still coming to the shindig? So he was like, you know what, I have to make a run for work, I'll be right back. So Tasha's like, okay, yeah, all right, see you in a little bit. And they kiss, and he goes on, right? So he gets to the party, and he having a good time. He had a couple of shots to turn up. She texts him. I don't know if he responded or not. But anyway, basically, he's actually learned. He's in a situation where he's single. He's actually having fun. He's not thinking about a relationship. He's just having fun. You know what I'm saying? And that's something he hasn't done yet. And he's doing it in this element. And so he decides to stay. He doesn't text her and say, I'm not coming back or anything. He goes into that straight, I'm single mode, and I don't have to, And that's the problem I have when it comes to people who are single and you're dating. Because I understand you don't really want to say what your intentions are, because chances are that person gonna be like, well, I'm not interested, because most of the time the other party wants a relationship and you're not ready for one. So it's best to be upfront and be honest about it. You never know, that person might be patient with you. You just never know. But anyway, so he don't show up to the barbecue, right? So finally she calls him. So he takes the call hours later. Okay, he takes the call, and she's like, hey, where you at? What happened to you? The barbecue was over. Night has fallen. And all he could say is, well, you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm not ready for a relationship. Like, you don't say that shit over the phone after you stood somebody up and left them at their family barbecue, that you could have easily said, you know what? No. I slept with my ex a couple of weeks ago, and that alone showed me I am not ready for what we're doing. All I want to do is smash. Are you down or not? That's what he should have done. But no, he didn't do that. That's something that we, as women, we have an issue with as well. If we know the man ain't ready for nothing serious, why are we still entertaining his ass? Sip on that. I'm just saying, some of that stuff can be avoided. Men too, whatever relationship you have. If you know the person is not ready, we know when they're not ready because we're not moving at the same pace. Because as soon as he said, I slept with my ex, that would have been your exit. I don't care if he, that's it. That is it. You're not done with that. I mean, you may be done as far as like title-wise, but you're not done mentally and physically, because if you were done, you wouldn't have slept with her. But that's basically what that was all about. He broke up with her in their non-existence relationship. Issa got the D, and Issa's finally moving forward. She got the D, and then she got a message from another guy. I think it was Daniel. I think it was the actual guy that she cheated on Lawrence with. So we'll find out next episode on that. But that's all that there was for Insecure. Insecure is the bomb. I know that soundtrack is life. I get my life with that soundtrack. It's a lot of cursing though, but it's great. So that's all for now with Insecure. Tell me what you think about Insecure. What are your thoughts? What are your views? How do you feel about, the whole breakup situation between male and female? Let me know. So until then, let's keep the drama on TV and out of our lives. Be sure to subscribe me, April Renee Sunshine. Thank you for joining Tea and Whiskey with Sunshine. You can always follow me on Instagram at Diva with Wisdom. That's Diva_with_wisdom. Thank you again for watching, and see you later.